What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Sword Art Online Alicization Rising Steel video. I really need to find a shorter way to say that. I might just say SAO from now on. And as you can see in front of you, this is the Apple Store right here. As I mentioned in my previous video that I made like half an hour ago, that I expected there would be, because they usually do on the Apple side have a like rough date of when the game's supposed to be coming out. They did this for Pokemon Masters. And people were kind of hoping like, oh, that's probably just like a placeholder date. Hopefully it comes out before that. But for Pokemon Masters, it actually came out for everybody on the day that it actually said there. Now, I don't know what'll happen with this because I haven't really seen what happens with other Bandai games. But what happened with Pokemon Masters is they did a soft release for people in Canada and Australia, I believe, about a month prior to when the game came out. So they may do the same thing here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many games actually get that. I've only seen a handful of games. I know Dragon Ball Legends also kind of had a soft release like that before it came out. But if it does get a soft release, I will obviously cover it, and I'll probably do a quick tutorial on how to kind of get it early if it does come out. But usually the way around that is usually you have to have an Android device or make a Apple ID in whatever region it comes out in. And sometimes you actually do have to have a, VPN for a specific area, so your phone reads it's in a specific area. But yeah, so we have here, it says December 11th, which is a lot later than I thought. Usually these mobile games, they get their pre-registration in the store, and then it's usually, like I said in my previous video, it's like a month or less before it comes out. I was expecting Halloween, but if December 11th is what we're looking at, I guess I wouldn't really be too surprised because this is a very high maintenance game. And, to be honest, this game, not right away, but after a certain point, it is going to start covering the stuff in the part 2 of the anime. So this might not be intentional on that front, but I could see them kind of having in the back of their head like, oh, we should wait till this specific time because anime-only watchers probably don't know what's going to be happening at this certain point. So that gives them a little wiggle room for when they release content, because if they released it before Alicization started up again, which would be hard to do because the anime for Alicization, I believe, is slated for October 12th for part 2, and it'll be in our 24, 25 episodes. So you figure probably March, April of next year the anime will be wrapping up, so that does give them some time to kind of do the first half stuff and take their time with it before getting into the part 2 stuff. Because if you do watch the opening, they did it in a very smart way so people won't get spoiled, but there's like the last 2 seconds where they flash all those images. If you pause it there and go really slowly, it does have some spoilers for part 2. The only reason I know that is because I've read the books for part 2. But so yeah, looking at this, December 11th, it's not too bad considering the game just got announced, like a month ago, roughly, I believe, is when they started posting the videos. And obviously, you can get an idea of what the game's kind of going to look like based on these images. It doesn't really show the gameplay stuff, but we have seen, especially with the last live stream they did, and some stuff they showed off at TGS recently, we do know what this game is roughly gonna be like, turn-based, typical turn-based RPG, build your team, which is the kind of game I wanted. I was talking to a friend a couple months ago, basically saying that I wanted a Sword Art game that kind of played like the Danmachi mobile game, when this is essentially what we're getting. It's not exactly the same, but it's the same rough concept of a turn-based RPG. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think down below. Oh, and one last thing. I know some people are having some issues already, as I've seen some people comment in my last video, as well as writing on Twitter, that people are having issues where they go into the App Store to pre-register and it either doesn't show up or it'll say your device isn't compatible with this game. And the sucky part about it, that is, they said the same thing with Pokemon Masters. There are people who still can't play it. So I think it's just the case of, and I could be totally wrong about this, but it could just be the case of these newer mobile games, they're really trying to kind of push the newer devices so that they can stick with the higher quality stuff. It's kind of like, with game consoles, for example, it sucks that the older consoles can't. If you're still someone who has a PS3 or an Xbox 360, like, obviously it sucks that you aren't able to play the newer games. But it's one of those things where they really want to kind of appeal to the people who are buying their newest stuff. So I've seen people who have phone, which is weird because I have a friend who pre-registered for this game, the Sword Art game, who has like an iPhone 6 or something. And he's able to pre-register. But then I've got people with like Galaxy 8s that can't pre-register for the game. So I don't really understand where the cutoff or why certain people can and certain people can't, but it is a very weird situation. But obviously, if anything changes on that front, I will keep you guys apprised on that. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think down below. December 11th is a bit far, but honestly, 2.5 months, it could honestly fly by, especially with the anime starting up again. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.